Terrible news has come for Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari after the FIA stewards confirmed a penalty at the Imola Grand Prix. Ferrari has been fined $5,000 for breaching Formula One regulations related to tyre pressures. This happened during Friday's practice session when Ferrari was found tampering with tyre pressures on Charles Leclerc's car. The FIA stated that Ferrari did not follow proper procedures set by the sport's governing body and tyre supplier, Pirelli, which is a breach of Article 30 of the Formula One sporting regulations. These rules exist to ensure safety and fair play by controlling how tyre pressures and temperatures are adjusted. Though the fine may not be a large sum for a team like Ferrari, it brings more attention to their ongoing struggles this season. This penalty is yet another setback for Ferrari, at a time when the team is already facing a tough challenge at Imola. Charles Leclerc himself admitted that Ferrari is not able to match the pace of McLaren, who were fastest in the second practice session. Leclerc, who missed Thursday's media activities due to illness, gave a rather pessimistic outlook for Ferrari's chances, saying that he thinks even starting from the second row would be a good result. According to him, the team is currently aiming for the third row, and to get anything better would require a miracle. This shows that Ferrari is not only struggling with performance, but also with internal confidence. On the other side of the garage, Lewis Hamilton also had a difficult day. The 7-time world champion has been very vocal about his discomfort with the SF25's brake system. According to Hamilton, the brake performance has been inconsistent all season and feels like a lottery. During the practice sessions, Hamilton was heard over team radio complaining about the brakes. He is still adapting to the Brembo brakes used by Ferrari, which are very different from the carbon industry brakes he used during his time at Mercedes. Hamilton mentioned that in the first practice session, FP1, the car felt very good and that they had made a small improvement. But things quickly changed in FP2. He said they made only the smallest setup change, something so minor that it shouldn't have made any difference. But this change, along with brake issues, led to a big drop in performance. According to him, this has been a major issue all year, and it's something he has never experienced before. Despite making slight progress, Hamilton admitted that they still have not found a way to achieve consistent brake performance. He described it as rolling the dice. You might get a good set of brakes or you might not. This uncertainty is making it very difficult for him to drive with confidence. Team principal Fred Vasseur also spoke out about the challenges Ferrari is facing. According to him, having good race pace is not enough, especially at a track like Imola where qualifying well is crucial. Overtaking is very difficult on this circuit, so starting from a good grid position is vital. Vasseur explained that Ferrari must make a big step forward in qualifying pace if they want to be competitive. He pointed out that small differences in tyre performance can make a huge difference in lap times, as teams like Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari are separated by just tenths of a second. Vasseur emphasized that Ferrari has been struggling with aerodynamic downforce, particularly in slow corners. This lack of grip has been a consistent problem for the SF25. The issue becomes even more critical when compared to teams like McLaren, who seem to be making better use of their car's capabilities. Vasseur said that Ferrari expected to be in a stronger position this year based on their performance last season, but so far they have not delivered. He used examples like the race in Jeddah, where Ferrari was very competitive compared to Miami, where they fell behind. According to Vasseur, this inconsistency means the team is not doing everything right and needs to analyze what is going wrong. The team principal admitted that they have a lot of work to do before qualifying and that they only managed one lap on the soft tires during Friday's practice. This limited data makes it hard to draw conclusions, but Ferrari knows they need to improve their performance on flying laps. Vasseur said it is better to have good race pace than poor race pace, but without good qualifying results, race pace alone won't help them get strong results at a track like Imola. Another problem for Ferrari is that the tyre compounds brought by Pirelli are softer, which adds another layer of complexity to race strategies. Softer tyres offer more grip but degrade faster. At Imola, where the pit lane is very long, making an extra stop is very costly. This means teams will try to avoid multi-stop strategies, putting even more focus on tyre management. Vasseur pointed out that small improvements in how Ferrari handles tyres could make a big difference in their results. However, this also increases pressure on the drivers and the team to make no mistakes. In the middle of all this, Johnny Herbert, a former Formula One driver and FIA steward, gave his opinion about Lewis Hamilton's current situation. Speaking to TalkSport, Herbert was asked if Hamilton could turn his performance around in 2025. His answer was not very hopeful. He said this year will be a struggle, and that it is not likely Hamilton will be able to turn things around within this season. When asked if things might improve in 2026, Herbert was more optimistic, but still cautious. He explained that the new rules coming in 2026 will bring major changes to F1, especially in terms of sustainability and electric power. This will give Ferrari and Hamilton a chance to reset, but it also brings challenges. Herbert said that building a car that combines the right chassis, aerodynamics and power unit will be the key. This is not easy, and it requires perfect coordination between different parts of the team. He also mentioned that Hamilton needs a car that he feels comfortable with in order to compete at the highest level. Herbert believes that Hamilton can still win another world championship, but only if he has the right tools and support. This means not just a good car, but also a strong and united team. Ferrari, for their part, is already working on the 2026 car, while still trying to improve the SF25 for the current season. But with the poor start they have had so far, the team may soon need to make a decision. According to reports, Ferrari plans to wait until the Belgian Grand Prix to decide whether to shift focus completely to 2026. If they do, this could be good news for Hamilton. It would give him more time to adjust to the team and the car, and prepare for what might be his best chance at success in the near future. Ferrari has not won a championship since 2008, and the pressure to perform is immense. Both drivers, Leclerc and Hamilton, are feeling that pressure. The issues with tyre regulations, brake performance and lack of qualifying pace are all signs that Ferrari still has a long way to go. For Hamilton, the adjustment from Mercedes to Ferrari has been more difficult than expected. His driving style, refined over more than a decade, does not match perfectly with the SF25. The brake issues he is experiencing are just one example of that mismatch. Moreover, the technical side of the SF25 seems to have weaknesses that other teams have already figured out. The lack of grip in slow corners and the struggle to extract performance from soft tyres are hurting Ferrari at tracks like Imola. Teams like McLaren are capitalizing on this and pulling ahead. Unless Ferrari can fix these issues soon, their chances of fighting for podiums, let alone victories, will continue to slip away. Another problem is the internal uncertainty. With Leclerc saying that even a second-row start would be a miracle, and Hamilton calling the brakes a lottery, it is clear that morale is not high. Vasseur is trying to keep the team focused and motivated, but the results are not backing that up. The pressure from fans and media is also adding to the tension. When things are not going well, every small issue becomes a big story, and that seems to be the case for Ferrari right now. As the season continues, the Imola Grand Prix stands as a symbol of everything Ferrari needs to fix. The fine for braking, tyre regulations, the ongoing issues with brake performance, the lack of qualifying speed and the uncertainty about the car's development path all point to a team that is struggling. For Hamilton, this is a new kind of challenge. He is used to winning races and fighting for championships. Now he finds himself trying to make the best out of a car that does not suit his style and a team that is still